game. Got a good goal from Nathan. Conceded again. Let ourselves down on a restart again. Find a way to get to 3-2 and have a chance or two to get a draw. But overall, again, uh, in a big game, can't allow the best player on the field to go free on the two restarts, and that was the difference tonight. So again, guys put in good effort for sure, but at this stage of the year, have to do the little things right, and we didn't tonight.
Sorry, questions. Go
Um, with this week's results, and now you have the 2 week break plus the international break. What do you prioritize with this team, knowing that the players are still very much in the picture?
Yeah, they're not in our control anymore, so we'll need some help. What we can control is getting a win at home against a strong Cincinnati team. Something we're more than capable of, but obviously we've let ourselves down in the recent weeks. We've played great opponents. Orlando and Columbus are really good opponents. Had half chances to get back into both games and maybe steal a point. But if we're being honest, we were outplayed by Orlando and we were outplayed by Columbus. So those two teams are at a level a little bit above us right now. That's the reality. Having said that, could have stole a point, but we didn't get the job done. So now it comes down to decision day against Cincinnati at home. What we can control is playing the right way, getting a result, getting a win in front of our fans, which they deserve. And then from there, hopefully we get a break and find ourselves in the playoffs.
And there, as a coach, does your message change to the players in during that week?
Yeah, look, a lot of guys are going to leave now for the national team, so it's going to be disjointed. That's the reality of an international window, but we have to, find a way to recover, obviously, after a busy stretch here. Find a group that will be together, will fight until the final whistle and can get a result against Cincinnati. So I know we have the talent in the locker room to get a win. The disappointing part now, though, is we have to rely on other teams, which is never a good feeling at this stage of the year. So we've put ourselves in this hole all season. Have to fight our way out and find a way to get a win against Cincinnati on the last day. Yep.
Can you comment on the boost Jack McGlynn provided coming on as a sub and the quick answer the team had after giving up the third goal?
Yeah, it was disappointing to concede off of another restart, but I think we had a good response. Jack's obviously one of our best, shooters in and around the goal, and told the guys on the night to shoot, follow shots. There'll be rebounds, and Nathan's goal, we got a rebound off of a good initial save, and then Jack, yeah, finished off a good play. Almost had a second, with his left foot there. It was close. Half chance with Danny at the end too, but we kind of kept our best attackers and our best four guys up front and just kind of went to a version of a 4-2-3-1 and the guys fought to get back in the game, but still just wasn't quite enough.
What's the message being down 2-1 at the half, message at halftime?
Yeah, we're still in the game. It was disappointing to be down. Obviously on the road, it's hard, but I thought the guys again still fight for everything. The quality of Kucha though is a different level, and we learned that the hard way tonight. Not just the goals he scored, but just how dangerous he was all night. Can kind of go to a level that not many in our league, not many players in our league can match. So he was excellent. It was a difficult night for us trying to deal with him. Um, you know, again, had some chances to get back into it. Threw everyone forward at the end, and it just wasn't quite enough.
I know, Jim, you always say, talk to the guys after the games. Do you have a sense of how the locker room feels? You talked about the half chances against Orlando with Nate having two chances, the half chance with Danny tonight.
Yeah.
Is there a belief still in this group? I know you said that it's out of your hands now. What happens? You need results to go your way, and obviously you guys have to beat Cincinnati. But what's the mood like in the locker room?
Yeah, obviously they're disappointed, right? Because we let the control kind of slip out of our hands here. But they play hard. They fight for everything. It's a great group of guys. They're going to fight till the final whistle against Cincinnati. We'll find a way to get a result there and get a win. And then stranger things have happened. We'll become fans for once of New York City to help us against Montreal. And maybe Charlotte can do us a favor against DC. It's not what you want to be relying on right now at this point of the year for sure, but I can tell you guys, the guys in the locker room are obviously hurt. But we have to pick ourselves up, bounce back, and they always give maximum effort. Sometimes though, against the quality of a team like Columbus, effort isn't enough. You know, you need a little bit more.
And this is the second time this season you started Danley and Leon together. The other time being against Columbus,
Yeah.
against the lost 1-0. Is there something from that game that you saw that inspired you guys to go with that lineup again, or what went into that decision?
We wanted to get athletes and quickness on the field tonight, just because of how much, you know, they pull their 210s with Rossi and Cucho and Ramirez. They float all over the place. They have a lot of flexibility, so we wanted to at least have, you know, quick guys to clog the middle. When you concede in the third minute off of a restart, the plan kind of changes and goes out the window. So it became difficult. But overall, it's been a little stop and start for Danley, unfortunately, with the injury. So, you know, just still trying to get him up to speed again with his teammates. And I know he's going to have a big future here at the club. But yeah, you know, just tonight was just a tough night because we were chasing it from the very start after conceding so early.
We can go to Zoom, Nico.
All right, final question will go to Jonathan Tenwald.
Thanks, Nico. Jim, there's a temptation to say that if Andre Blake had not had his knee injury and been around all year, that a lot of this wouldn't have happened. And I wonder if that is a theory that you subscribe to, or if you think there's more to it than
Look, it's never just one thing, Jonathan. I think you know that, you know, through the years, you know, we've been a team that's been pretty consistent. We have relied on great goalkeeping. You know, we missed Andre for a very, very long stretch of the season. We had, you know, minimal injuries, to be honest, this year compared to, you know, every team that goes through injuries, for sure. You know, again, it became a season where, if you think back on some of the points that we dropped and the way that we did it and the fashion we did it, you know, we did this to ourselves. And I think we realized that. We went through a really hard stretch in the middle part of the season. Yeah, part of that was because Andre was out for sure. I do think it would look different if he was in the whole season, but you know, we win as a team and we lose as a team. That's the way it is with this group. Again, in these types of games like tonight, like Orlando, you need your best players to be your best players, not to simplify things. And you know, you look at our last three, and we can't be relying on Nathan to be the one that's getting goals for us. You know, those need to be the outliers. So we did a good job as a team to you know, get ourselves back at least in the playoff picture. But the last two games were against tough opponents, don't get me wrong, but we needed some special performances, and we just kind of we didn't get them collectively as a group, and then, you know, individually we didn't have anyone do something maybe out of the ordinary that you need on the road to get a win.
You mentioned you needing your best players to be your best players, and somebody else scoring the goals. You know, instead of them tonight, obviously that Michael and Ty and Daniel didn't score, and Daniel put the one over the bar. But at the defensive end of the field, does that apply too? Because I think a lot of people who sort of watch the game in passing will say they gave up 2 goals on a corner.
Yeah, for sure. No, I agree. Our goals we conceded, I talked about at the beginning, are can't happen. Look, Cucho is one of the best at timing things. He's one of the smallest, the shortest guys on the field, but he has great timing. What can't happen is he can't jump free, you know. So we have a man marker on him that has to at least impede his path. If you look at both instances, Nathan's in the free spot, can probably do a better job on both of them attacking the ball. But if Cucho is able to run free and get in front of you without anyone touching, contact, you know, throwing off his timing and his jumping, a guy like him that can finish plays off and is a killer, kills you. And that's the way it is. So again, yeah, defense is, you know, our foundation and always will be. We have scored enough goals this year, Jonathan. I agree. What I mean though is, you know, to win a game on the road in a big moment, sometimes you need a performance from whether it's Andre to stand on his head, or a center back to make a big play, or a striker to score a couple goals when we're not at our best. That's what you need, and we didn't get that over the last two games, and I take the responsibility for that, obviously, as the leader of the group, and we just didn't get it done. Again, two teams that are, let's be honest, that are better than us right now, Orlando and Columbus on the road, and we had little half chances, but we weren't good enough to get over the top to take points. So
All right,
now we
thanks.
need help.
Thanks, Jim. Thanks,